Welcome to Dundark. Last time we had a weird scene, okay? He went to the alternate world line and was interrogated by the Japanese military and then transferred to the Americans who shot the military guy from the Japanese. And then the Americans had the Amadeus Kurisu, and then the world line shifted. So I wonder, what caused the world line shift? Was it, something that he did that had to do with the fact that he recognized Amadeus Kurisu? Did that cause the shift or something? And, similarly, did last time, did asking what the name of the song was cause the world line to shift? Also, Okabe just spent a freaking month there. Oh yeah, I see, on the time on the top left, it's now, January 21st. Which is, about a month since, December 24th, Christmas Eve. So that makes sense. So time passage has still happened, that's good. But, what happened? That was weird. It's weird. So anyways, we're back in the lab. Mayuri, said hi. Can we talk to Amadeus? No, we can't. Anyways. There's no trace of Okinawa anywhere. Uh...
そんなに見つめられたら、まゆし恥ずかしいんだけど。
I'm sorry, Mayuri. I'll stare at my phone instead. I realized that I was staring at Mayuri. I looked around the room. Daru was sitting in front of the PC like always. That's where the TV was. Hunched over with his back towards me. Zuha was reading a magazine on the couch. She looks kind of annoyed. I could read the title, New Encephalitis Strikes Worldwide. Are you in danger? So the encephalitis stuff's really progressed over the past month. Huh. Same couch. Same cheap fridge. Daru's computer desk. The dirty curtain that cut off the development room for the rest of the lab. He should talk to Fubuki to see if she remembers anything from the war timeline. Kabe should go do that. I mean, he knows enough to figure that out that he should do that. The wall clock, which I'd picked up out of a garbage dump, told me it was past 6. I looked at the calendar. 2010 was already gone. It was January 2011. The world line had changed again. I was back to the old world line.
No.
Hey.
Mayuri. ここって秋葉原だよな。
You don't have to confuse Mayuri. You can talk to Suzu or something.
違うのか。
秋葉原だよ。
今日って何日だっけ？
Is she your personal GPS and calendar?
と
You do have a phone.
21日。
ゴリバチョフ知ってるか？
I'm not sure Mayuri would know who Gorbachev was either way.
ゴリバチョフ？どこかで聞いたことがあるような。
ペレストロイカっしょ。恐ろしや。あ、でもゴリビーってソ連時代だっけ？やっぱロシアといえばプーチンっしょ。目の前で睨まれたらしょんべんちびる自信あるね。
He is a scary guy.
プーシンさんなら知ってるよ。
Yeah, Pushin.
ロシアの大統領さんだよね。 実はワンコが好きなんだよ。秋田犬を飼ってるんだって。ニュースでやってた。
Pushing likes doggies. Huh. Well, I'll be.
大統領。そうだ。大統領だ。
Oh, Susu apparently also went a huh. Mayuri, Daru, and Suzu all looked over at me suspiciously. It felt like a long time since anyone had looked at me that way. I was back. I no longer had to be worried that I could be killed at any second. I felt incredibly relieved. Well, the question is, could he be killed at every second? Like, I mean, like, if he's fated, because in the original game, it said that, like, in either world line, like Alpha or Beta, he would die in 2025. So maybe he was more or less invincible. It's possible. I felt incredibly relieved. But, at the same time, I wondered, why had the world line changed again? I need to calm down and think for a bit. I went up to the roof and booted up the web browser on my smartphone. Unlike during wartime, it connected immediately. I was amazed by the speed. So that part when we first went to the other timeline and we saw the Zero-chan or whatever, the At-chan, whatever the thing's called, we saw that, and was that him actually browsing that, or was that supposed to be like just what's on there at the time? I was amazed at the speed. Just getting an internet connection to the last world line would be difficult enough. That's true. When you're away from internet connections for a while, it can feel miraculous to get a fast connection again. Like when you're out, like, just staying, like, going on vacation somewhere with this little internet, and you come, or very spotty internet, and you come back home, and it's all like, you're back to your nice internet, and it's just, ooh, it's so smooth. So smooth. Good stuff, man. Right there, right there. Oh. Oh. Wikipedia. I started by searching for Gorbachev, and the results came up immediately. Came back instantly with the same thing. Perestroika. Soviet Union's first and last president. The August coup d'etat and the collapse of the Soviet Union. All the keywords I hoped to see were there. As soon as I confirmed that the Soviet Union was dismantled at the end of the 20th century and no longer existed, I closed the browser. Then, why had the world line shifted again? I hadn't done anything. I didn't have any way to affect the divergence value. Did you not do anything? That's the question, like, did maybe something you did, something about you talking to Amadeus Kurisu, maybe that shifted it. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's possible. So, what had changed it? Had whoever performed the first experiment in Russia undone it? Had they watched its progress for a month, and then been satisfied? Yeah, what's the deal here? Right, so Okabe's current theory is that someone in Russia did something to mess with the timeline and then messed it back? Were they going to keep doing it? And if they did, would I be caught up in it each time? It was a mistake to come out here with without a coat on. Nothing I could come up with by myself would be any more than a guess. Well, maybe you should talk to your friends and consult them. I went back to the lab. The wreath we put up at the entrance for Christmas. The Christmas party was still up. Looks like most of the decorations are gone in the CG.
クリスマスパーティーか。
It had only been a month, hadn't it? Felt like a million years ago. I had no memories of what I'd done in this world line after the Christmas party.
ああ、そういえば飾り付け放置したまんまだっけ。いい加減外さないとな。パーティーの時にオカリンと吹雪氏が倒れたっしょ。それでバタバタしちゃってちゃんと片付けできてないんだよね。
Fubuki also collapsed. Right. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. They both seem to be timeline sensitive to some degree or another, so... Interesting. You really should speak to Fubuki then. Yeah.
俺と中瀬さんが倒れた。
Or Nakase-san, as he says. Was that when the world line changed? Everyone remembered that I'd collapsed at the Christmas party. Which means I'd come back to the same world line as the one I'd been in before. If this was Russia's doing, it was terrifying to think that they could control the world line to that degree. And there was one more thing. It worried me that Fubuki had collapsed too. I stood there, lost in thought. Daru and Mayuri looked at me, a little concerned.
オカリン？
そういえば中瀬さんの具合はどうなのかなって思ってな。
The first game was sort of a story about how Okabe had opened Pandora's box, as the chapter is titled. And then, well, the first part's him opening it, and the second part's him trying to close it. The question is, who opened Pandora's box this time? You know? Who's the one who is messing with the timeline or world line or whatever you call it? Quickly came up with an excuse. Why don't you just tell them? They know about your time travel-y, timey-wimey stuff. Why aren't you talking? Like...
吹雪ちゃん、まだ入院してるんだ。
What? Ooh. Is it the encephalitis?
入院？もう1ヶ月近く経ってるのにか？
本人は大丈夫だって言ってるんだけど、ちっとも退院させてもらえないんだって。
Oh. So, she's hospitalized per se. But she feels fine. She feels fine. But they won't let her leave in some kind of weird quarantine where they let people visit her but not her leave. Yeah, quarantine's not the right word for it then, but you know what I mean. I've heard that lately, unless you were really, really sick, they wouldn't let you stay in the hospital for very long. Was Fubuki sick with something?
これの疑いが晴れないらしいね。
Suzuha whispered as she held up the page of the magazine she was reading. New encephalitis strikes worldwide. Are you in danger?
新型脳炎？
I borrowed the magazine. We were talking about this last November. I seen a glimpse of it on the news. South of Japan, they'd seen almost 100 people, a bit with minor symptoms, mild symptoms. Japan, they were fewer than 10 people. There were 10 people being kept at hospitals for examinations. So it said. I butchered that sentence. So, it had made its way to Japan. And one of those 10 was Fubuki, right? Was it transmissible by air? We didn't catch it at the Christmas party, did we? Interesting. So, Okabe and Fubuki had both collapsed, but they're only quarantining Fubuki. Well, isn't that a little strange? I knew that getting nervous wouldn't help anything, but still, I wondered.
ねえ、オカリンも一度病院で見てもらった方がいいんじゃないかな。
Yeah.
あの時のオカリン、吹雪ちゃんよりもっと具合悪そうだったよ。
Well, she should at least go visit Fubuki to get some answers.
ああ、考えておくよ。
I gave a half-hearted answer to Mayuri, and then turned back to the magazine. Strange symptoms being found all over the world. Cause unknown. Sudden memory loss. Memories differ from those of the people around you. Losing all sense of the passage of time. Losing the ability to tell the difference between dreams and reality. Sometimes having waking dreams. Well, I mean, the thing is about Okabe, though, he does have track of the... He doesn't lose track of the sense of time, though. Because, you know, he spent a month in the other timeline, and now he's back, and it's been a month. Per se. The article was filled with things like that. This was like...
まるでリーディングシュタイナーみたいじゃないか。
Yeah, it's the same thing you said last November. And it matched exactly with what Shimoyama had told me in the other world line. Maybe you need to find Shimoyama in this world line.
随分とリアルな夢を見たりするとか。ひどい時には白チュームというのかな。現実と夢の区別がつかなくなることもあると聞いた。中瀬君と非常によく似た白チュームを見る人たちがいる。しかも一人や二人じゃない。
I wonder then if Fubuki possessed reading Steiner too. Maybe the reason she collapsed at the Christmas party wasn't some new disease, but the unexpected activation of reading Steiner. That would mean her diagnosis was wrong. The unnecessary tests and treatments they give her wouldn't help a bit. It looked like I need to talk to Fubuki. I ended up going over that day. She was at a large general hospital with a medical student department located in Ochanomizu, maybe? Something like that, hopefully. It was close enough to talk about that I could walk, and getting there was easy. Since she might get the wrong idea if I went alone, I encouraged Mayuri to come with me. I hoped it would look like I was only coming as an afterthought. Oh yeah, you know, Okabe doesn't want to look like he did this for her. I mean, Babaka. But it ended up being a bigger deal than I'd expected. When they heard that Mayuri was going, Yuki and Kade decided to come too. Evidently, they'd all been to visit Fubuki several times before. They knew exactly where she was located. They walked down the halls without hesitation. It was almost 8. Almost 8. When visiting hours ended, so we needed to hurry. But as we passed by a nurse's station, there was a minor commotion. A woman in her late 40s was wearing a gray jersey. Who was wearing a gray jersey was yelling at the doctors and nurses. She was yelling at the doctors and nurses. Yeah, that's how you say it.
ですから必要な検査と治療を行った後にですね。
治療なんて何にもしてないじゃない。しかもちょっとした検査のはずがなんで1ヶ月も出られないの。仕事はどうしてくれるの？
So they're keeping these patients in the hospital even though they feel fine. Sounds like a cover-up. Like, you know, sort of similar to what they're doing in the military timeline, but like, you know, that the government's keeping them there because they want to figure out what's happening in the other timelines and stuff.
落ち着いてください。この病気は未知の部分が多く、十分な検査を行って慎重に治療をしませんと危険なのです。
嘘。テレビじゃそんなに大変な病気じゃないから安心しろみたいに言ってたわよ。
ですから、それは適切な検査と治療を行うことが前提です。先ほども突然のめまいを起こしたと看護師からの報告が来ています。
あれは夕飯が遅いからお腹が空いて貧血になっただけよ。私は元気なの。さっさと退院させて。
That woman was ready to grab the doctor by the throat. Several female nurses held her back, then dragged her off somewhere with reassuring words.
びっくりしたわ。吹雪ちゃんは大丈夫かな？
Girls hurried even faster down the hallway. Fubuki was in a 4-person room at the very end of the hallway. We hesitantly peeked inside. Oh no!
この声。
We could hear moaning coming from beyond the curtains surrounding Fubuki's bed. Mayor went pale, then hurriedly ripped them open.
吹雪ちゃん。
Oh. This game keeps teasing with the total lack of fan service. Anyways, they that's an interesting device she has on her head. Very interesting. Fubuki made a strange noise and spun around. As we came in, I looked closer and saw that she was sitting on the bed with her legs crossed, watching a show on the TV attached to it. Her eyes were red and swollen with tears, but given the fact that she had a stick of Pocky in her mouth, she was probably just crying at a soap opera. What a tease, this game.
おお、みんな、また来てくれたんだ。
Fubuki wiped away her tears and welcomed us with her usual smile.
マユシーはドキドキしちゃったよ。吹雪ちゃん、紛らわしいんだから。ごめんごめん。
Even as she apologized, she tossed another chocolate-coated stick into her mouth. Her hair was tied up, and she was wearing some sort of headgear. At first I thought it was just that she was too lazy to do her hair, but evidently not. There were cords coming out of her headgear that were attached to a belt around her waist. Were they monitoring her brainwaves? As unobtrusively as possible, I took a look at the other patients around the room. They were all wearing the same headgear. They may have been giving it to all the encephalitis patients.
吹雪ちゃん、ごめんね。みんなで押しかけちゃって。とんでもない。大歓迎だよ。それに、オカリンさんまで来てくれるとは思わなかった。
Fubuki stared at me intently. She'd never done that before, so I started to wonder if there was something on my face.
俺と同じように倒れたって言うから気になってたんだ。具合は？
全然平気。なんで退院できないのか本当わかんないよ。毎日検査するだけで他には何にもやることないし、退屈で。 しかもさ、病室って携帯禁止なんだよね。メールしたくてもロビーまで行かないとダメだし、夜9時になると勝手に消灯されちゃうから、深夜アニメも見られないし。
And then they turn off the lights at 9 so I can't watch the late night anime. Aw, poor Fubuki. So... They aren't allowed to use their phones in their rooms. Is that a plot point? Like, is there something they don't want them to know? Probably not, since they can just go to the lobby to send a text, but... I don't know.
もう信じられない。
Her bed was surrounded by portable game consoles, magazines, a miniature DVD player, anything to starve up boredom. And given all the half-empty boxes of snacks, it's hard to believe the disease was as serious as they said in the news.
オカリンさんは大丈夫なの？
ああ、マユリにも言ったが、この通り、なんともない。
そっか、よかった。
She seemed truly relieved, but she was still staring at me. And suddenly, Kyade started to fidget. Not only that, she blushed, and then glanced at me, then almost started to cry. She was acting really weird.
ん？楓ちゃん？どうかした？
Kyade.
ん？楓ちゃん？
Kyade. I'm trying. Kyade started fidgeting even more when she realized that everyone was looking at her. But she had no choice but to go over and whisper something in Fubuki's ear.
はぁ？ふぶきちゃん、
The other girls tried to quiet Fubuki down. This was a hospital, and there were other patients in the room. We couldn't make a fuss.
だって皆さん、ちょっと聞いてくださいよ。ここにいらっしゃる来島楓さんってば、私とオカリンさんがみんなに隠れてこっそり付き合ってるんじゃないかって疑ってるんですよ。
Oh, of course. She's trying to get the okebe ending. Now, it was our turn to keep from shouting in surprise.
何を言い出すんだ？
だってまゆりちゃんの話だと、今日ふぶきちゃんのお見舞いに行こうと言い出したのってオカリンさんなんですよね。
それはまあそうだが。
There was another reason, but I couldn't say that.
それにさっきからふぶきちゃんとオカリンさん、愛おしそうに見つめ合ってるし。
Oh, staring longingly. Oh yes, of course.
愛おしそうに見つめてないから。
This is the real soap opera.
そうじゃなくて、
Fubuki tried to scratch her hair, but the headgear blocked her way and she gave up. That's sad.
ちょっとリアルな夢をね、見ちゃって。
リアルな夢？
I was startled. That may have been what I wanted to find out. Well, you didn't exactly have to pry, did you? Yes, she'll tell you.
今日の夕方くらいかな。少しうとうとしてたんだ。やることもないし暇すぎちゃって。そしたらなんかね、あんまり詳しくは覚えてないんだけど、私とオカリンさんとユキさんが怖い人に車に乗せられてどこかへ連れて行かれる夢を見ちゃったんだ。
Well, doesn't that sound familiar? Me and Ocarine and Yuki were all taken somewhere in a car by these scary men. Huh. Funny.
私も出てくるの？
Yep, you were there. That's true.
うん。
Boom. It was the same. That meant Fubuki had experienced the same things I'd gone through in the other world line. And this evening would have been the same time I experienced it. I peeked through the curtains to make sure that none of the hospital staff were around.
みんな悪いが中瀬さんと二人で話をさせてくれないか？
Oh, he's getting serious. He's got a little chit chat.
まさか。
違うって。
It's not like I did this for you. I wasn't really sure how to handle that reaction.
それはマユシーたちには聞かれたくないこと？
病気のことについてなんだ。
Oh,
わかった。
good Mayuri. Mayuri nodded and went outside the curtains. The other two looked bothered, but they followed her. Oh, is the CG just like a zoomed-in version of the other one?
中瀬さん、君の話した夢なんだが、もしかして場所は沖縄じゃなかったか？
Oh. Oh. Now we're getting to the real stuff here. え？
そうだね。うん。多分沖縄だったと思う。車に乗ってる時にそういう看板を見た気がする。
車に乗ってたのは俺と君、そしてユキさん、他に運転手と背の低い自衛隊の男。
うん。
男の名前は下山。
Sounds so weird when he explains it. We were, yeah, we were in Okinawa, right? Inside the car, there was you, me, and Yuki, and a driver, and a short man. Yeah. The man's name was Shimoyama. It sounds less weird when I say it. Fubuki suddenly went pale. Dream about being in a car in Okinawa could be written off as coincidence, but knowing the exact name of the man in the shared dream was a different matter entirely.
どうして？
その男は君に白チュームの話をした。ロシアの大統領の話も。
Oh, look at that angry face.
そして俺たちは米軍基地に連れて行かれた。そこでマユリたちと合流して俺とは別れた。
We really haven't had a perspective switch in a while, by the way. Just pointing that out. US Army base, met with Mayuri, said goodbye to me. Fubuki was too stunned to speak. There was no room for doubt. My suspicion turned into a certainty. Fubuki had a stronger reading Steiner than most people, and remembered the other world line as a relatively realistic dream.
夢の中でその下山って人が言ってた。オカリンさんも私と同じで別の世界の記憶を持ってるんだって。
ああ。
Yeah.
それって本当だったんだ。
ああ。
Oh. Oh. I hesitated for a moment, but then I gave her a brief explanation of my own reading Steiner ability. The one thing I wanted to make sure that she understood was that her dreams weren't caused by an illness. But her reaction wasn't what I expected.
だったら他にもいるかも。病気じゃない人。
そうなのか。
暇だからみんなとね、よく話をするんだ。自分の見た夢の話。それがものすごくそっくりでびっくりすることがあって。
So this whole sickness per se, is this part of the possible Russian experiment?
ついさっきもね、隣の部屋に入院してる小学生の子が言ってた。ここで仲良くなった子なんだけど。
Although, it'd be weird if it started in America. Then. Unless it was put there by the Russians when they were heading out to give Kurisu a little house party? Maybe?
一度も行ったことないはずなのに
Just coincidentally.
沖縄にいる夢を見たって。
Good.
戦争で東京が燃えちゃって自衛隊に助けられて沖縄へ逃げる夢だったって。
Kill two birds with one stone. Right. So how did the SDF know in the other timeline which people had the special ability? I mean, in the middle of a war zone, like, and how to find them. That sounds weird.
そうか。
Oh no. If that were true, then it wasn't just Fubuki. There were other patients who were being kept in the hospital for no reason, who didn't have any kind of disease at all.
お医者さんに話した方がいい。
いや、
No, you know, no.
とてもじゃないが信じてもらえるとは思えない。それどころか妄想がひどくなったって診断されたりでもしたら。
そっか。
他の人にもまだ黙っていた方がいい。騒ぎになったら大変だ。
And then Yuki poked her head through the curtain.
岡部さん、看護師さんがこっちに来ます。
面会時間おしまいですよ。
Well, there you go. I looked at the clock. It was well past 8. Why did he go so late? Oh, right, because it was 6.
バタバタ
That's
しちゃ
why.
ってごめんね、ふぶきちゃん。今度はゆっくりできるように早めに来るね。
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Right, because he came back to this timeline at 6 p.m. and then took some time to get to the hospital and then have a little chat and yeah. Makes sense.
ああ、
Now it's 8.
言っちゃやだ。でもナースさんに怒られちゃうよ。そんなの別にいいよ。今夜は私と一緒に寝て。
Poor Mayuri. I mean, Fubuki. Fubuki was back to her usual self. She grabbed Mayuri's hand and held it tight. Kyade chuckled and forced her to let it go.
なるべく来てあげるから。わがまま言っちゃダメ。なるべくじゃやだよ。明日も明後日も放課後になったら来て。暇で死んじゃう。
Fubuki flailed her arms and legs about. It was a bit too deliberate if you ask me. Kyade patted her on the head.
はいはい。それじゃあまたね。
Mayuri and Yuki went over to pat her too. Is it just that you get in the head pat line and you give her a little head pat? Is that how we do things now? And before long, she looked like a little puppy in a kennel being petted. We left her behind and exited the room. It's probably for the best. I was the last to leave. Before I did, I turned around and saw Fubuki staring at us from the bed. Our eyes met. So I nodded a little. That's like I do. Like when I see somebody, just give them a little nod. Acknowledge them, but don't give them too much. It's okay. You're not sick, so don't worry. I don't know if she understood what I meant, but she nodded back. Same. I know that feel. The hospital halls were strangely silent after visiting hours were over. I checked my phone as I waited for the elevator. Oh. Huh, I had a Rhine message. What is the Rhine message? I want to talk to you in private. I'll wait for you to contact me. Yeah, I should probably talk to Suzuha. I should probably do that. Something in the short message made me feel very tense. After I said my goodbyes to the others, I contacted Suzuha. She told me to come to the top of the radio building. I'm gonna guess that's a scene there. So, I think I might cut it off here. This little sort of cliffhanger. What's he gonna say to Suzuha? What's Suzuha gonna say to him? What's the new big revelation? I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.